Hello, everybody. Welcome. Wow, what a day. No, it's not funny. Well, not funny, okay? But hello, everybody. Welcome. Everybody está together. So, wow. So, guys, we'll have popcorn. I went outside to get popcorn. I was have a craving. And so I have popcorn. I'm sorry, it's not a topic for popcorn, but I was having popcorn. So, anyway, so let's see here. I am Zoom now. Zoom. So okay. So anyway, so I'm here. I hope you can hear. And so let's get started, okay? And so I was gonna say, guys, I've said before. I feel like I'm like a like a teacher or something. You really have to watch the documentary I linked to. I'm gonna put the link up again. It's on. I posted it last night, okay? Because it's it's very important that you understand what's going on, because I feel like I noticed some of the comments. They're like, oh, they say, there's a like a price on Trump's head or something, but that's not. You have to understand the context of where they are coming from, so that because the media here and everywhere you look, everything is about Trump. There's we have to get, like, there's places in the world where not everything is about Trump. Of course, Trump attacked them, but the whole point that I've been trying to make is that this is in some ways a logical strategic development for them, for Iran, okay? And the reality that I believe, and I think it's pretty obvious, is that Trump has actually given them a lot, okay? You know what I mean? He has given them Syria and he gave them Iraq, okay? So, and as you saw yesterday, the administration was already planning to leave, and I believe they were already told that they're gonna leave Iraq. So Iran is only kind of sort of like, I feel like their goal was always this, to get the US out of Iraq, okay? And then, how do you say, like, so then when you see this stuff happening, you know what I mean? It's like, obviously, in other words, it's not that I'm like on, obviously not on Iran's side or anything, but it makes sense what is happening. And we can't, even though Trump killed that guy, you have to accept the fact that he gave them a lot. Okay, I know it's very contradictory, but that's how it is. I feel like he has so many different goals, and he's mostly with Putin, and as you know, Putin is on Iran's side, but 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 this whole thing, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to say, is not that they're like, oh, everything is everything. Like I said it again, everything in the media is like, oh my God, they're going to go after Trump. No. It's like they have an agenda that has nothing to do with Trump. They have their own local and kind of global goal, and this is all coming together. Okay, so in some weird way, the death of this guy expedited the U.S. leaving Iraq. That's my sense. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about this because sometimes I didn't know anything about honestly the Middle East, but I've been learning, and I really think it's impossible. Like, I can't. You have to know this. There's no other option. If you don't do a little bit of studying about this, and I'll go over. I have maps. I'll just show it to you so that you understand. So that it's not like it feels like a crazy. Oh my God, all these crazy. It's nothing is not crazy. It makes sense when you understand it, okay? And it also makes sense that Trump is basically tied to Saudi Arabia, and he was not, he's crazy, but he's not so crazy. From Trump's perspective, everything is about money. So you pay him, he likes you. He does not question anything. He doesn't care about anything. And in a way, guys, this was bound to happen when people chose this guy. And I'm not talking about the people, the electorate, but those Republicans were like, everybody was like, oh, Trump. That's what happens. Okay, and now we're going to deal with it. Okay, but I still don't think, this is just before the actual reading starts, but I do not think it's going to be like a straight on out war. It's more like a reorganizing of the kind of the situation in the Middle East. Okay, so I know maybe not everybody is here, but I'm going to start. Is it okay if I start? I just want to start with a map, okay? Because I wanted to show you, and I don't know exactly what this base is, okay? But let me just get started, okay, with the map. Okay, so here we have. Oh, sorry. I have to go share screen. Share this. Okay, Google Maps. Okay. So so you could probably see the map, okay, on the screen here, okay, and let's see if I could spotlight, draw, mouse, okay, no, okay, sorry, select, okay, okay, so here we have, oh no, format, sorry, here's the draw, okay. So obviously here's Iraq, okay, oh no, we clear, okay, sorry, clear all drawings, okay, so, sorry, let me find the right thing here because I want to show you this, maybe this, okay. Okay, so here's Iraq, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So we have here the Iraq and Iran. You see how big it is. Here's Iran, okay. Just how gigantic it is. There's 80 million people in Iran, okay. So then we have Iraq right here. And the important thing that I want to tell you, okay, is that here's Syria, here's Iran. And Iran is a historic partner of Syria and the Syrian government. And what's his name? Assad, okay? Because before Assad, there was his dad. His dad was the president of Syria for decades, okay? So then he died, and then his son took over, who's Assad today, okay? So these two are allies, okay? Even though the president of Syria is actually Christian, I think is like a Christian sect or something, they are allies, okay? For the reasons that one of the reasons is that during all these wars that happened in the Middle East, Iran was very isolated. The West isolated Iran. This is a fact, okay? And as a result, it found whichever allies it found, it stuck to, and they are very close here. And the other thing that is important to understand here about Syria is that it's right next to now Lebanon, and Lebanon is where Hezbollah is. And Hezbollah is this I guess resistant army or whatever in Lebanon that rose after the Israeli-Lebanon war that happened in the 80s, okay? So what happens is that Iran has always provided logistical support to Hezbollah. And it's kind of like Iran is this kind of like, let's say, not figurehead, it's very influential because it has supported all these kind of insurgency, you know, like basically rebel groups that were fighting these wars and were fighting different things, okay? Now that's just the Hezbollah. So you could see that if Iran gets Iraq, it's right here next to Syria. So it has this whole entire block here, and it's basically free to go. Think about it. It's right here in the middle of all of this. And here is Saudi Arabia, by the way, okay? So I said, okay, guys, I'm sorry. I really have to talk about this because this is relevant. So now that we understand the location of everything, I didn't, you know, it helps to see it. Then I want to show the, how do you say it? I want to show the other very important aspect of this, which is, let's see here, one second, okay? Let me see. Oh, no, not this one. 1 second, just see here, okay. Okay, so this map here, I don't know if I hope you could see it, okay? This is an important map. So the other very important thing about Iran and Iraq to understand is that ironically, Iraq, the population is 2/3 Sunni. I'm sorry, 2/3 Shia. So the whole thing with the Middle East, if you watch the documentary that I posted yesterday, you see that the whole thing is that there's a separation between Shia and Sunni, okay? And the Sunni is the majority. I think the Shia apparently is like about 15% of the entire Muslim, like the Muslim population in the Middle East. And so, for example, all the Gulf states, like Saudi Arabia, probably Egypt, Jordan, I believe also, they're all Sunni. So they all share this kind of like this part of the religion in common. And in a weird way, it's not in a weird way, it's a little, but I don't really know much about the most, you know, the Quran or anything like that. I just know that if you have a comparison between, it's a bit like the Shia is the Catholics and the Sunni are the Protestants, except that the Sunni came first. I think they came first, and the Shias came a little bit later. So the difference, for example, so apparently they can use the Shia, which is the Iran part. Okay, they have what it would be equivalent to saints. They have images. They have, it's a much more it's closer to what would be closer to Catholicism. It has nothing to do, you know what I mean? It's not that I'm saying that it has anything to do with Catholicism, but it's just for our understanding of religion. When I read this, it made more sense because it's kind of like what I understand it. So it's more dramatic. It's more, there's what would be equivalent of saints. There's more ritual, and the Sunni is much more austere and much more like all of this. Okay, so then so that's the other thing to understand. So in other words, Iran and Iraq actually have a much closer relationship because the majority of the population of Iraq is Shia. Okay, so this makes sense. And so the US now going, guys, this is why I said I'm going to start the reading later, but a little bit later, but I need to tell you this background information because it's very relevant. Okay, so then the US goes and decides to get rid of Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was, quote unquote, a minority leader of Iraq because he was Sunni. And only 35% of the population of Iraq are Sunni. So when the US removes removes Saddam Hussein and basically disenfranchises everybody who was in his government, those people got angry and they decided to join whatever ISIS, God knows what, so it's the Sunni. All of these like movements, they're kind of like stateless, and the ISIS and Al Qaeda, whatever, they usually connected to Sunni, not to Iran. Okay, this is important because all of the propaganda puts all the Muslim people together and they're like all the same. No, they're very different. They're not the same. Okay, and Iran is much more. The difference also is that Iran, in some ways, they depose the monarch. They are anti-monarchy, and all of the other Arab countries in the Middle East that are powerful, they have monarchy. So they are very threatened by Iran in that way as well, because Iran is like much more kind of like, it's not as opulent, you know what I mean? They took out the Shah, who was like that, so that they remove monarchy, so that it's like a government of, quote unquote, the people and so forth, except that it's done through the religious thing, okay, and not the kings that are sort of like, because as you know, for example, in Saudi Arabia, the kings are the basically they're sort of like an absolutist monarchy, like it was used to be in France in the 18th century, under 17th century and so forth. Okay, so I hope I'm making sense. I'm sorry, I'm not even reading your comments. I'm saying all of this because, again, please stay with me because this is very important. Okay, so now that I have established that Iran and Iraq actually have a lot in common, which is the population. When the US removes Saddam, the US weakens the part that was holding Iran back. So because, and I never really understood why they went. And when you watch the documentary, it talks about even the Iranians like, whoa, thank you, US, for taking down our enemy. So they made it easier for Iran to seep through Iraq. Okay. And because I'm sorry, the policy in Iraq makes no sense. Okay. It's like makes no sense. So now it's like, oh, good. And since Russia supports Iran and they support Syria, and if we go back to the other map, you could see that here, okay, that Syria is right there. Basically, they're going to go like this. Okay, so it makes sense. It makes sense. And of course, now Iran. So then Trump murders the guy in Iraq. Okay, the Iranian guy there, the government person, and then it makes sense because basically now they can externalize the policy by bombing or whatever, shooting the US bases there. And the US was already, so I guess, leaving, which is something that Putin, of course, wants, and Trump was already heading it to them. So now this region is Iran is more, in a way, even though Saudi Arabia gave all this money to Trump and all of it, in the end of the day, Iran was much and more, it was really, I believe, it's my personal belief, that even though Trump killed this guy, he actually empowered the Iranians dramatically by giving them Syria and Iraq. Okay, so now we can start. I'm sorry, I have not, maybe it's like 100, all of you left. I don't know. It's just because I think this is very important to understand what's going on. Okay, so, okay. So I'm here. Okay, now I'm gonna leave. Okay, now what is it? Stop share. Okay, so now, okay, I'm back. Okay, so sorry, are you there? Are you still there? I don't know. So anyway, so that's the story. So this gives the if you understand this map, and the whole situation, you understand that is not crazy for them. Okay, that is just that they are being now they are empowered to move forward. Okay, and so, and also that, all of those people who who attacked 9/11, those are not from Iran. They are the opposite. They're Sunnis, and they are traditionally supported by, honestly, Saudi Arabia, not Iran. This is what is ironic, is that they say, oh, Muslim ban, but the people who are supposedly, kind of responsible for 9/11, who also support, like the Sunni people, essentially, right? The ones the shady people went and joined Al Qaeda, whatever. Those are not Shia. These are not Iran people. This is the other ones. And they keep saying, no, it's the same. No, it's not the same at all. And this is why it doesn't make, the sad thing, guys, I think the influence of Saudi Arabia is such that they got the US to do stuff. They get us to do stuff like, and if you, that's why I'm like, please watch the documentary, because, it's like shocking when I'm like, wow, I understand so much. Because now I understand why, and why is the US always with Saudi Arabia? Because in the quote unquote Iranian revolution in 79, what they did was they got rid of their king, who honestly was put there by the British and the CIA. Okay, that's an uncomfortable reality, but it's true. Okay, so the reason why, you know what I mean? The reason why Iran is so intent on like hating the US or whatever is that they want to have their own rule and their own way of ruling that has nothing to do with those kings, basically puppet governments. Okay. And I think we're kind of going through this process of like, honestly, I think Saudi Arabia was like telling us what to do all the time. And the Bush thing connection, you know what I mean? It's just a fact. It's just a fact of the oil industry and so forth. Okay. Because, you know what I mean? Because the Iran used to provide oil to the US, but then after the quote unquote the revolution in 79, it stopped. So that's part of it. Okay, so you know what I mean? So that makes you understand, because when you understand that they have their own agenda, and they, the one thing that they really are, guys, they really hate Saudi Arabia more than anything, I think more than the US, because Saudi Arabia is about everything they hate, like the monarchs, the opulence, the Sunni, you know what I mean, is everything they're like against it. They really hate it or whatever, right? And Saudi Arabia is scared of Iran because they don't have an army. Okay, they don't have they have an army, but not like Iran. The thing about Iran is that they're steely people. They survived I'm gonna get goosebumps, the Saddam Hussein war, the just remember how when it first popped up, I was telling you guys about Iran-Iraq war. That is at the center of their understanding of who they are today. The fact that they survived that war and they never forgave everybody who supported Saddam, including the US and Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? And then, guys, I just want to, I know I keep talking, I'm not talking a lot, but just to tell you even more. So since Iran is a historical ally of Syria, okay, and they're supporting Syria no matter what, and the guy's still there, Assad, right? What happens? What happens is that Syria, by their own history of Syria, they have always owned Lebanon, and they always propped up Lebanon, and whoever is the government of Lebanon kind of has to do what Syria wants. If they don't do it, they kill you. So there was this guy, this prime minister that was killed in the 2000, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something, Hariri, okay, because he wanted to not be so bound by whatever Syria wanted. And they were like, no, I don't want to do this. And they're like, bitch, sit your ass down. So he didn't do what he didn't do. And so the guy died the next day. He went to meet, the guy was like, bitch, sit your ass down. He's like, no, I'm going to do my thing. So then boom, bah, boom. he was killed by a bomb, the car bomb. Okay. So then you have this is what I'm saying. And then at the same time, because Syria, like I was saying, here's how Iran, Iraq, Syria. And then because Iran is really the main supporter of Hezbollah, is like the one, really like, like they were the ones who basically protected is like protected from the Israeli invasion, essentially, at the end of it. The bottom line is that, okay, then you have them controlling all of this flow and the mental thing. That's what I'm telling you. The thing about Iran that's scary to people is that they are steely, and they're not crazy. They're not like the guy, oh, the guy's in a cave. Oh, go attack. I hate the US, like the cave guy. And it's not like that. It's a country. It's an entire country of 80 million people. and they have this like old school, they're almost like monk, I feel like, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, and then I'm going to start the reading. This is what's very interesting to me. I had a vision I had a vision about, remember how there was, I forgot, I don't remember what context it was, guys. I had a vision about them, how they work, how they think, the clerics there, I guess you call them. And to me, they're like mystics. I mean, it's not like Rosie loves iron, it's not like that. It's more like I see how they think. And the way they think is that they have the people who make the decisions in Iran there, they are like these clerics that kind of, they read the text, and I swear, guys, they have visions like me. They're kind of psychic a little bit, and they make decisions based on these texts and also whatever they believe the law is over there. And then they have these visions, and I swear, guys, and get goosebumps when I see it. I saw them. That's why I said they have the 100-year map. They took them, they look at the map that I showed you, they're like, what is the world? You know how when you look at history, how countries change, and borders change, they look at it, they're like, we want the Middle East to be, the Shia is going to take over, not take over, but increase their power dramatically. And that's what I see happening. I see, guys, oh my God, I don't understand how the crazy, with the goosebumps I have, is that this is the rise of the Shia. And oh my God, the crazy goosebumps. The like the Shia block basically is rising. And I think, and in a way, guys, I know it sounds really scary, and they're like really anti-American for reasons of their history. If you look again, watch the documentary, you understand. I ultimately think that they're in some ways kind of like, they're better than the Saudis. I'm sorry, that's just, the Saudis are kind of, they're like stuck. It's like 16th century, basically. You know what I mean? It's a long story, hard to explain. So 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 this is it. It explains a lot, you know. So that's what I see. I feel like the vision that I feel like I see the Iranian mystics right now seeing the future they're building. Okay. And they're building this future where the Shia beliefs are going forward. Okay. So that's what I think. Okay. So now, you know, now that you see all of this context, then comes Trump. Oh, President, like, who is like I'm sorry, a pig. Okay. He's a pig, is lazy, trash, and nobody respects him. Okay. Oh, interesting. They are the old Persian. Yeah, interesting. Audrey, oh my God, goosebumps. I don't know, because I don't know the Bible very much, to be honest. So Audrey is saying, remember, they are the old Persia. If you read biblical text, you will see a lot about them. That's right. So like, you know, guys, goosebumps, because those people, they think like in terms of like hundreds of years or thousands of years, and that's how they think. Okay. So they're kind of living in a pair, like, you know, the way that we think is that everything is about Trump or the US or whatever. They live in a different reality where everything is slower and it's about centuries, and a certain, it's not exactly a tradition, but it's like, what can, in the history, especially recent history, where everybody tries to annihilate them and they don't die. Like, how can we maintain our survival in this world that hates us? Okay, because like I said, they're surrounded by all the Sunnis that hate them, or like think they're nothing, or try to kill them. It didn't work, you know. So that's what's interesting, you know. Find it. So anyway, so this is the story, and then comes Trump. Oh, I am going to be impeached. Let me press a button. Oh, oh, like, think about it. So, but at the same time, because Trump is an employee of Putin, and Putin was already pushing for this, because then comes the oil and the interest in the pipelines, because Syria has the pipelines, and, you know, think about it. It's all this like crazy mess. But Putin, one of the things that he does, and the Rachel Maddow talks about in her book, is that he is all about cutting off the supplies of oil or gas to whatever country. He did it to Ukraine. He did it recently to, or he was threatening to do it to Belarus. Okay, like a small country that used to be USSR. So this is perfect, because if he has this, if he's with the bloc of Syria, Iran, then he could be like controlling the oil flow. That's what I was saying, guys. It's likely that something, ultimately, I think we are all going to come together and find a solution that is not about this war situation. But the way the US has meddled in the Middle East is ridiculous. Like, it's not okay. So now that I said that, now half an hour, Rosie was talking for half an hour. I was hoping it, you know, it's like she talks monologue. So now we can have questions, you know, because now if you understand it, then you see it's, in a way, it's a logical conclusion, but it's also, it was, guys, and in the documentary, it's shocking. You know, it's shocking to guys. The Iranians are like, I don't understand. The US gave us so many gifts. They killed our biggest enemy, Saddam Hussein. And so, you know what I mean? So it's not as if they're like, the way that it's described, like, oh, Iran is like, you know, our enemy, you hate them, but you give them so much. Why give them, you know, if you really hate, like, you think about it, they don't, this is what is the problem, is this, I'm sorry, but these Republicans, they just don't think. They're not thinking. They just do something like today, and they don't. I don't know. It's really upsetting when you think about the miss. And then that's it. And then they're like, oh, we have to deal with it. We have to pick up their garbage and kill. People die. Okay, so you know what I mean. So okay. Now let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it. So what is going on? Okay. So what is going on with his attacks on the base, and what's going to happen next? Okay, so I like to ask for protection, beautiful, real light coming to my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs. I breathe out. I breathe outward and breathe out. I like to feel. Create a circle, step into it, feel protected, connected. I like the information come only from the higher sources and create the good and only good. And guys, I like to ask for protection. Okay, today is, if you're watching, the protection of all the U.S. military who's out there. And I get goosebumps because they're innocent. I'm sorry, there's the people, the kids, the soldiers, okay, innocent children, like young people who have nothing to do with this, and are there sent for, okay, for whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is not, this is what is the wrongest of the wrong. So Trump, whatever. So he doesn't care. He doesn't care if people die. He's a totally irresponsible person. He could not be. Every day we say this here on this channel, but really, this guy is not. He has to be removed tomorrow. This is why, guys. Remember how remember when it used to be so strange that to think the military would leave. Remember that, oh yeah, now it seems like there's not one more day this guy can stay in, because you cannot. This guy is really putting not the lives of people, it's beyond what is beyond the beyond. Okay, so tomorrow he should be removed. Okay, and as I was today, guys, I also kept having flashes of Trump, kind of like this, oh, I guess I'll be quiet, nobody will notice. Like he's, like their move, I think. Okay, I believe it's, I mean, we wish, I need to separate, my wishful thinking, but I do think they're kind of like moving without him. I mean, I don't know. This whole situation, if you don't, okay, if we don't remove this guy, okay, if we don't remove this guy, the military doesn't move, what is going to happen next? The guy is like, he's out of it. He's out of it. He only cares about his money. He's that, guys, a person who's desperate is a criminal. He's a desperate criminal out there caught. Can you imagine, guys, imagine if like a bank robber is like, caught, if you're going after the bank robber, oh, I can be a president? Nobody's going to catch me? Whoa, that's it. All his crimes are coming out, and then this is a very dangerous person. Guys, more and more the events are make it obvious that, this guy has to go. He has to go. Okay. So I'm gonna start the questions. Finally, I explained everything. So, so now I want to start the questions. Okay, so okay. So now let's ask here, Audrey, do you think Trump will just leave before he gets innocent people in Iraq killed? Yeah, I see this image of Trump kind of like in the same like posture like this, okay? Like this, and then he's like, they literally pull the rug from under him. In other words, they make it impossible for him to they make it impossible for him to, it's almost like he's just a figurehead or something. There's like it's not an automatic pilot, no, but it's something like a deeper part of the government takes over. Okay, because guys, seriously, this guy cannot be. You know how they used to say, "Oh, Trump, we're lucky that Trump, there's no big crisis in the government. There's no big wars." But now there comes a time when the war, he begged for it, he asked for it, and he got it. Okay, so there comes a time when the very serious situation comes. So then they have to get the motherfucker out. Okay, and the Pompeo trash. I'm sorry, can I just ranting today? Trash Pompeo, like, oh no. Get about it. And I mean, think about the situation. They're trying to propagandize bullshit. Like, no, it's not true. No, it's not true. It's not really what it is. It's not, and Trump saying like the Iranians are like, what, they were horrible people and what, like, I'm sorry, but didn't you kill I'm sorry, I still don't think it's fair. I do not like the fact. I don't like how it was done. It's not okay what he did to the guy. It's not okay. I'm sorry. No, 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 not okay. It's so wrong. You know what I mean? Like, not just because the guy was killed, but the way it was done. And now, all the allies are like, I get it. This isn't the news, but I feel it too. It's like, this is like, forget about this guy. It's like, don't even talk to me. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Shut your mouth, you trash. Like, because I can imagine like Pompeo's like, oh, but they should support us, the Europeans. Uh-huh. No, no, trash. You go wipe your own motherfucking ass. Okay? Sorry about my mouth. But but really like this is wrong. This is so wrong. It's so incompetent and so stupid. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. That's what it is. It's stupid. Okay. And it's hypocritical because he's already here to give in Iran what they wanted because he works for Russia. Okay. And he so anyway, so I need to stop ranting. But really guys, it's so 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 anyway, well, they're in a way they're worse than Kim Jong because they actually killed somebody. They went over there and they killed the guy. So they're worse than him. Okay, I think. Okay. They're not just talking. They're not because I think Kim Jong, he's threatening things, but I don't know. I just feel like he's put it on the map to be like, oh, he's a clown. Let's look at him. Haha. You know what I mean? But it's like, so anyway, so let's find out. Okay, so I want to know information. So okay, so I saw the thing about the rug being pulled from under Trump. That's right. So what does this mean? I see, guys, again, the military take. I know people like. I know somebody's gonna say, someone's gonna say, hello, Delane. Delane. See, huh? Where should we be? No, but guys, can you imagine if I'm glad we can have these conversations because can you imagine you watching this in your house, like all these events? It's scary, right? It's scary. So, so anyway, so just want to say here, guys, going back to this situation. So I really do see this man, an older man, much older man, like looks like military to me, taking over. Like they just like they treat him like a toddler in the room. They're like we're on, like, because there has to be somebody with some degree of competence in charge. You know what I mean? Like you cannot have this guy, get him out. And the guy, those people are such idiots. Think about it. Like, oh, even the guy who's like, oh, he said he's not gonna, if Trump asks him to do to attack the cultural center, he's gonna say no. I don't know. I'm serious. I doubt it. I'm like, really, I don't know. It just has to be somebody who it just had to be, you know what I mean, guys? It just has to be people who have experience. Okay. I don't want these people who are like, oh, I used to work for Halliburton. I used to work for, the guy who works for Raytheon that does, the weapons or whatever. Like, we don't have these people don't get it. Okay. I want people who have been in the field, who understand wars, who understand strategy. Those are the ones who should be, dealing with the situation. Okay, because trash show is out there high with pumped bullshit and like deteriorating brain, and nobody can, so. And I also feel, guys, honestly, I feel like Saudi Arabia, I see now Saudi Arabia, and also Netanyahu was scared. He already said, I have nothing to do with it, even though he kind of does. Saudi Arabia is like, we made a mistake. Let's stop this bullshit. Stop. Because they're gonna have those countries, guys, that are over there near Iran are the ones that are gonna suffer the consequences. So they're like, what the hell? This is why I said I think they're gonna remove, and because those people, they don't think. They're not, they believe, they think they don't, that's what I was saying, guys. They don't understand the difference between television and reality. So they, you know what I mean? So it's unreal. It's unreal. So anyway, so now going back here to the situation. So the military is going to take over. And again, I see the same hands that caution, caution, stop, stop, and then say organize the pullout. So they are going to leave Iraq, and that's it. Okay, that's my sense. Now, that's part one. Now the other question, obviously, now we're going to ask, are there going to be more attacks from Iran, of whatever, anywhere, okay, or just in Iraq? And what is going to be, what, and then parallel to what's going to happen to Trump is, no, let me pause the thing about Iran. Let's go back to Trump leaving. Because I see that it's not that Trump, I think Trump may even be a little bit in power while the military tries to fix this, because you need professionals. Okay. You need, this is like, you need, the joke, it's over. The more, this joke isn't funny anymore. It's too close to home and it's due. I just might die with a smile on my face after all. You know, I don't feel like this band is Myths from the 80s. It was about the depressing musics. So so anyway, so you know what I mean? This joke isn't funny anymore. That's true. It's not funny. It's over. It's over, trash. Just go. Just save us and go. Okay, just go. So okay, so then yeah, guys, I see that it's like I see this is why, and it's not that forget about the vision I had before, but what I see that the military, like they have a huge, I think there are areas like in the Pentagon or something, they have a map. So they're like, there's a huge areas, like a table is a huge map. So they're all looking there, they go in and they're like, oh, plenty things. They're doing what they were trained to do. They've been done their whole lives. Okay. So then they're doing this. And then Trump was like, like, I don't know that they kick. I don't think they actually hit him, but it's sort of like, shut up. Like he's a toddler in the room. It's like the feeling I get here is that somebody is like having a child that they had to bring to work and the child is like crying or something. That's how they're treating him until this is what I feel like and I feel like they keep a little bit of this, I don't want to say fake government, but it's like he loses power completely because, again, guys, the US is in a national security danger and Trash Show is out there bullshitting. Did you see the stuff he was saying? He was like, yeah, we'll just, why can't they just kill our people and why can't we kill them? It was like propaganda mixed with ignorance, with bullshit, and not guys understanding the gravity of the situation. Like the bullshit he was saying, like it was unreal. Okay. So this is not the situation anymore where you can bullshit because then you get hit with missiles if you bullshit like him. Okay. So then what happens? I think so then the image I see, guys, is they put him in a little chair, like the child's chair, and they tie him, they handcuff him. But I think is that he loses his power behind the scenes at least. And I think, you know what I mean? And I think it's like then they passed this resolution. It's saying it's a little bit like Nixon, where he was basically forced to, Nixon was pushed to resign. It's not like he's like, let me think about it. They were like, look, there's not going to be a future for you. Just do it. We do your favor. We let you resign in your own terms. I think with Trump, clearly he doesn't want, for obvious reasons, he doesn't want to go because he's going to go to jail. But I feel like he's just, you can't govern. It's total night. It's night a local. It was a national nightmare. Now it's an international nightmare because he's inviting people to bomb us. Okay, that's what he's doing. He's carving out situation. Think about it. Think about it. So this is it now. That's why, guys, it always makes sense that they tried the military. Oh, people are like the military can't remove Trump. The military can't, like, really. Look at the situation we're in. Oh, well, that's like leave him there. Leave him there and see what happens. Like, really, like anybody on the right, it's like, really. And I think, guys, those maniacs like Pence and the other guy, I believe they're like the religion that believes in the end of the world. I'm serious. They actually have the mentality, oh, it's the end of the world, whatever. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Let me expedite it. Like, really. I kind of feel like that's their motivation. They let it happen because they're like, yeah, the world's ending. I'm a chosen one. The world's ending. I'm a chosen one. Let's get it over with. So I'm sorry to laugh, but that's kind of that's why those trash shows are, doing what they're doing. Okay. So now, okay. So putting aside, how is the military going to take over from Trump, or at least the situation? They're like, no. Oh, I see there's an alarm, like remember, guys, I said before, red alarm. A red alarm. Like, remember there was like a red code or something where they have to, like, they're like, bitches, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Bah. Like, imagine if you're like in a battlefield and you run into these people, Pompeo with a bah. The sad thing is Pompeo, he graduated #1 from West Point. The sad thing is this is a person who's supposed to know how things work. But he's like, no, Jesus is taking whatever excuse. It's a mental, these people are sick. They are sick. They're sick in the head. They are insane. Okay. So they're like, yeah, no, 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 whatever. It's like, it's gonna, it's the other worlds. I know. So and because I also heard, guys, I turned on the thing or earlier today, and I was like, Pompeo, I don't want to watch because it was he was like, he was sort of denying what was happening, and he was like, yeah, whatever, like he was trying to like not deal with the situation, and it's sort of like, get these people out of there. They're incompetent, okay? They don't know what they're doing. So they have to go. They have to go. And so that's why I see the military. Okay, so then the military, at least the situation, trying to diffuse the situation, get them out of there. Okay, so then how does Trump come out, get out of the government? And I see then the image of Turtle like being resigned to the fact that there's no way to keep Trump in power. Like they can't keep Trump in power. They wish that they could, but the situation is truly awful as is. Okay, and then okay, so then again, how does he leave? They have to push him out. Okay, and I think the guys I told you before, there's indictments. The what's his name? I forgot his name. Vice President. Oh, thank God. Pence. That's why his name is Pence, Mike Pence. So, so he's on the investigations that are happening. They're like, bitch, we have this. Get the hell out of here. Just whoa. I mean, not that they're not going to be prosecuted, but it's just a situation where we have. Let's get real. We don't have leadership in this country right now. We do. Trump is not. He not only he's the opposite of leadership. He's an idiot. He doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. He laughs at it, and he actually enjoys the fact that he created chaos, I believe. Okay, ultimately. So, and he's like, he's actually angry right now that nobody's listening to him. They're like ignoring him, and he's like, oh, Ivanka, Ivanka, go get them. He's upset. He's upset that nobody pays attention to him. So anyway, so I just feel like this is a hole that they dig for themselves. Okay, I think about the guy had every opportunity to do the right thing. He didn't want to because he's an idiot, or he was owned by Putin, whatever the hell. But he's trash. No, looking. Does anybody actually respect Trump? No, nobody does. Nobody does. Okay, so that's the reality. So in other words, yes, I said before, this is gonna expedite him leaving, but it's gonna be. It's saying, yeah, I believe that the whole thing with Iran is gonna precipitate him leaving. Yes, because he I mean, he's bringing the country to the brink of an unnecessary conflict, right? So yes, I believe it's gonna be faster and more. And I think, guys, the military and law enforcement, they are giving the house more there's a situation going on behind the scenes where they're trying to get rid of him. Okay. Okay. Now let's now I want to let's just see. Okay, so what should I want to ask about Nancy, and if okay, let's just ask what is going on behind the scenes, and then I use cards for this. So what is going on behind the scenes in the government as this stuff happens? They're like, I see Nancy. They're getting a lot of documents. The military is giving them documents. That the intelligence agencies, foreign countries, are giving them a lot of documents. Foreign countries, trash. Oh yeah, foreign countries giving them, because they're like, everybody wants to get rid of this guy. He's done, and the people that propped him up. Okay. Oh, that's it. Exactly. MSA, Iran will stop attack if US doesn't respond. Exactly. And I think they will. Okay, so will they stop the attack? I think they will, guys. I think it's just this is what I think. I do not think it's gonna go forward. Okay, and I think it's gonna be halted. This is my sense. Now, again, let me just go back here to what is going on behind the scenes. They're getting all this document, guys. They're expediting this. It has to happen. And now I think that the departure of Trump is, you know, is nobody can what is straight face unless you're mentally ill, okay, and a sociopath. And we could say that most people are in the Trump government, but come on. I think even Turtle, guys, of all the people, even Turtle's like, no, you can't. This is over. This is it. Okay. You can't, this guy. Okay. So that's a story. That's a story. They're moving much faster. They're getting all the information they want and they need because the guy is really not, he's not fit for president. He's not fit for anything. Okay. He needs to go to the jail or whatever, psychiatric hospital, God knows. Okay. Okay. Now what's happening? Okay. Okay. So now 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 that I read this here, the thing that Audrey said, let me just get into this because it's important, okay? This is very urgent. So, and Iran will stop attack if U.S. doesn't respond, but if U.S. responses to attack them, and Hezbollah may attack Israel. What's going to happen here? Is this going to be stopped? So Iran attacked. There going to be more attacks or no? Oh, black pressure, blackmail, money. Always money. Oh, I find it interesting. Oh, balance. Now, who is this person? Oh, the devil. Look, President, huh? There he is. Orange man comes. Exposing the devil. There's a pressure to expose the devil through the finances. That's my sense, okay? This is the question. Wait, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me just start over because I still am. I was like with the question before, what's going on behind the scenes in the government? Okay. You know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to get confused. And so I need to finish the question that I was working on before, which is, and then go into those whole other Iran thing. Okay. Sorry. I don't want to get, because that's what, okay. Was that right? Okay. So sorry. Is that okay? Because I know I'm still in my mind. Okay. So conversations about the deal with this, yeah, that's it. So they are, guys, there's pressure. See, this is blackmail. In other words, a lot of pressure because of for exposing the finances and the conversation that shows the deal with the enemy. Okay, so they have this information, and oh look, oh my God, this is it, guys. Important revelation upside down. See, this is big, hopefully. That's right. All these cards together, a lot of money. That's right. They have to reveal the information that shows that the guy is bought so that they can get him out. Foreign meetings, okay. With the could be the oligarch, the Firtashes of the world, okay. So that's what is going on. They're pushing to get him out, to expose all of this. They have to, and they're pushing the guy to do it. So that's it. That's what is happening now. They're trying to see if this is going to now let's move to the whole thing with Iran. This is what is now. So what's going on Iran and them attacking the US? Is this, so what's okay, so tell me about Iran attacking the US bases in Iraq. Are they going to stop? Something illegal happened. Oh my God, moon is instability, a lot of instability. Yeah, this is like exposing the shady stuff, a lot of instability. Unable interest. This is, guys, this is very interesting because if you think of it as an issue of territory, right? So this is a person looking out to figure out where they're going to go. It's the beginning of the execution of something, but it's upside down. So there's a lot of lack of clarity. They feel like they were wronged. There was a lack of clarity about their what was their territory. Okay, in other words, oh look, fight, aggression, guilty. Interesting, crossroads, or this is also the election, but also making a decision. So they're very upset that the guy was killed, and they're like in the process of making, I think in this case is much more about making a decision. Trapped, a lot of negative stuff. Okay, the protector. Okay, so look, this is the gun, the smoking gun, but also desperation, quick, justice, business, it could be oil. Okay, so this could also be the sanctions. Okay, so what's going on? I feel like they're essentially, they're saying, some ways I feel like they are expressing, I don't want to say, because I don't think they think of like emotions in that way, but I feel like they're saying, you can't F with us, bitch. Okay. But in the sense that I think, in a way, I feel like what they're doing is already a fait accompli. In other words, the US is already out of there. So they're just essentially showing that they're winning the territory. Okay. And they wanted to be, I think they want to be recognized. Okay. And they're like, now I think they're muscling in. Okay. So what happens next? Okay. So what happened? Are they going to attack more? What's going to happen next? Okay. Yeah, there's a breakthrough, some money thing. They're so happy. What is this one? The world is, there's confusion. Yeah. Oh, look. Ending. What is the ending of an opportunity connected to the government, through the government? Okay. The ending is an opportunity for the government. The death is an opportunity for their government. Okay. But also, guys, okay. So my sense also, just looking at these cards, even before looking at the other ones, is that I think then Iran is going to push further for, the whole thing with the sanctions, but also I think they're going to push for a resolution of some sort, especially related to Trump. Like I said before, they want an official solution. Okay. Strategy, to deal with this is them, right? They're mourning the guy, strategy, what to do about this. And then they find financial. There's a plus for them here. Okay. I feel like what they're doing is they're saying you have to negotiate with us. You have to, they're saying, I mean, not that I'm like, I'm saying, oh, they're going to do the right thing. It's not like that. It's more like they're saying you don't treat people like that, which is correct. And they're saying we're not as useless as you think we're not just like, it's true. You can't just like do something to a country like this and think that that's like, you know what I mean? They can't do that. Okay. So, okay. So this is my sense, guys. My sense of, so okay, let me just see. So what happens? Okay, so what happens? I really don't believe, okay, because that's what I think. I do not think Iran is crazy like Al Qaeda, no, or like that. It's more like they want something because they were I mean, I'm sorry, but I think they were the wrong ones here. They are under sanctions, they're under so many things, and they want the world to recognize that they were victims. I think in some ways they were in the situation. It was wrong what was done. Okay, it was a guy who was like in a cabinet over there. You know what I mean? So, okay, so are there going to be more? So what I feel, guys, this is the parallel situation. I think that in some ways it's not that I mean, anybody would ask for Trump to leave. It's like, this is besides the point, but it's almost like something about what they do and how they do it pushes Trump out. But I think they're going to push for an official resolution. And guys, I was watching, this is why I talk about this documentary so many times, but I think it was this documentary I was watching, and they were interviewing the guy. They're saying, why did you go on with this war with Iraq? I think it was Iraq. And they're like, because there was a point at which they had won, but they could have left, but they didn't. And so they continued, and there, as a result, a million people died, including them, of course. So they were interviewed. Why didn't you stop when you could? Because all these people died. And they were like, you don't understand. We needed to know, and this is why history is important, guys, because this is how they think. So the guy was saying, is the same Zarab guy, I'm sorry, Zarif, I don't remember, is the foreign minister of Iran, the one that talks a lot on the television. So not the guy, the cleric, but the other one who was the foreign minister. Anyway, so he was saying something, he said something like, you don't understand, to us, it's very important that we needed to be recognized as the victims of this conflict. And we went all the way until, I don't know that it was ever recognized, but that's what they wanted. And it's similar here, the same thing. I want you to admit that you did something wrong, and that is important to them. You know what I mean? It's very important that they are recognized as being that the world, which I think everybody already does, but it has to be official, that the U.S. was in the wrong by doing this, and it has to be recognized. You know what I mean? As this, you know. So, you know what I mean? So that's what I think, is that they're pushing for an official resolution, a UN resolution. So that's, remember how I said, guys, the UN, I believe, is going to come. That the UN is like, bitches, stay out of there. Because, I'm sorry, if we had acted like normal people, but then we were like assassinating the guy. And it's like, it would be one thing if you're like, the US was like at the beginning, it was sort of like really very active in Iraq right now. And I'm like, really, but no, it's not even like that's the case. It's almost like we're already like not as super active, and then they're like, oh, let's just kill somebody over there. It's so wrong. it's so wrong, like how that happened. And so like, it's just, it's very disrespectful, it's very wrong, and it's just so callous and so awful. Nobody deserves this, okay? Just as the same way, like if somebody came and like killed, like, the Pompeo, whatever, like a foreign country, that is wrong. That is so wrong. So that's my sense, is that the push is for the resolution. And once, and I think, like I said before, guys, the Iran is going to be it's already in a much better place, because they're not stupid. Like I said, they're not like, Trump talks. While Trump talks, the world moves, the world changes, the world turns. Okay. So and it's like, this is why when people say, oh, but Trump, forget about Trump, forget about what he's saying, he's a bullshitter, he's a piece of shit. Okay, that's it. Don't get like, the more, it's almost like, it's like eating poop when you talk about what he says, because the world is happening behind him. He is just a clown. He's a sick clown. Okay, right? This is a sick clown. He's a sick clown. He's a devil creature. Okay, that's it. He's a demon. I'm sorry. Let me just say that's what I think. He's sort of like a demonic creature. I mean, think about. I mean, that's what I mean. It's not that you have to make it about religion, but everything that is about him is about like the dark side. The more, it's almost like contaminate yourself with like the devil's ideas. Why would you like wash your? You know what I mean? Think about it. That's what I think. That's what I think. It's like he's really the dark. Is a very dark entity, and the more you like anything related to him, anything that he says, just stay away, because you know what I mean. It's like, you know what I'm saying. It's like, it's just, you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. So Marian, I know the astrology. I would look at the history of like the birth of Iraq. I don't know, God knows when it was happened, because it's not about, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like, it's not, you know. So yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I don't know what chart is about. It's not about Baghdad. What does Baghdad have to do with that? Like, was that happen? Did that attack happen in Baghdad? It wasn't even in Baghdad, right? Is the base located in Baghdad? Probably not, right? So anyway, anyway, guys, the point is not like, it's almost like Iraq is actually just is not really. This is not about Iraq. It's about Iran, like I was saying. Iraq does not even have what is the government of Iraq? Who is in control of the Iran? It's Iran now. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's the time of you know what I mean. So it's about Iran. I would look up Iran. Okay, if I were to look up anything, it would be Iran and then Trump. You know what I mean. So anyway, so the point is that this is a time when Iran really asserts itself and is recognized for being this scapegoat. Not that Iran is like so naive, but come on, you can't do. There's comes a point where people like what there was done was just not right. You know, it's not right. So this is it. Okay, that's my sense. Now, are we okay? Is now like another it's kind of a difficult question, but let's address it. Are we gonna get attacked by Iran more? Is Iran gonna attack the physical the country? Okay, yeah. Oh no, look, offer. This is why. Look, oh, this is nice. Greed, wrong, wrong path. So interesting, because I feel like, again, Trump is not like, he cannot be in control. He cannot be. He's has the worst intentions. Okay, see, this is they're gonna cut stability. So something that whatever is happening that was happening for a long time. Oh, guys, you know what? Didn't somebody say, "Oh my God, I got goosebumps"? I'm not saying, okay, but you know what? Like, look at this. What is this anchor? What does it remind us of? It reminds us of Navy and ships. So, I need to, let's find out. Okay. So I need, and I don't think, but we need to know. We need to know. Okay. The sick guy. Yeah, the sick guy. Look. I think again, like I said, this cards remind me of what the whole thing said. I said before, the Iran, just like the Iraq-Iran war, they are gonna go. They want to be recognized as being the victims here, and I think this is true. This is correct, and I think it's gonna be. This is why I think Trump can't be involved in this. He's not the right person for this. Okay, so this is a difficult thing, a difficult situation. Okay, so oh, guys, this is it. Remember the that makes sense. That makes sense. The whole thing with the oil, because they're cutting the anchor. They're cutting if there's a ship in the area, they're gonna force the ship out, possibly. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Our Iraq is over 4,000. They survived a lot of history. They didn't survive by being stupid. Exactly. Iran is right. So, so, anyway, so I feel like they're gonna do this. That's what I was saying, guys. They're gonna get a cut. They're gonna do some sort of blockage in the, what is it called again? The Strait of Hormuz. That's what I think. Okay, that they're gonna be like, until you recognize that our sovereignty, sovereignty. I don't know how you say this, matters. We're gonna, get the hell out of here, bitch. This is right, right? They're doing okay. So are we gonna find? There's gonna be more casualties. Oh look, this is nice. Are we gonna have more casualties? This is a battle, right? Battlefield. Oh, this is not. This is good. They're gonna go all the way until we have a kind of an agreement of some sort. Okay, this is nice. Oh look, the sun. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Here comes the sun. And guys, I'm very moved now, because I've been kind of like starting to make these like kind of art fabric things, quilt-ish, but it's always like the things that I want to do is more like seeing the future as we want it to be. And I feel like, we have to think that we're going to come to an agreement, to some sort of peace, because, and this is also happy because somebody's moving. Who's moving? Trash? Older man here. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like, I know maybe it's like I said, guys, it's not like I'm on Pollyanna, but I feel like, oh, the military attack, victory. Oh, interesting. What is that? Huh? Huh? The friend, that's right, allies. So I feel like we come to an agreement, and there's like, I feel like then, guys, what I see is that diplomats start working, like actual diplomats, people who understand how to deal and negotiate in the situations. Okay. And, right. So, oh, prison. Somebody go prison? Oh, who? Somebody go prison? Oh, yeah. I wonder who. Fortune goes down for trash show? Is it true? Huh? True? Whew. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, no. Trash will go prison? Huh? Guys, and what's so interesting? I hope it's true, because I see that the Iran guy, the foreign minister, is like, thank you for recognizing. And then as we see this, trash show goes out. Trash show goes prison. Trash goes prison. Yeah. Trash goes prison. So, guys, okay, can I tell you? Like, it's not that I don't want to wish harm on anybody, but I was like, okay, no, it's not that I'm, saying anything, but, what if like Jared goes to like, saying goes over there, like traveling, something, you know? I kept thinking, I was like, well, there's, so, I just want these people to, okay, I just, like I said, guys, please don't listen to him. Like, so I said, he's a demonic creature. Don't spend your time thinking what he's saying, what he didn't say. It's not, don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't like contaminate yourself with that demonic vibrations. Of course he's saying all is well because he's under pressure. And I was listening to something. They're like, oh yeah, everything is well because he's under pressure. People are telling him, bitch, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Tired of your trash. Tired of your trash. Shut up. Shut up. Like, really, like somebody, and I don't understand why somebody needs to slap that guy. Just slap him. He needs to wake up. Nobody's slapping that guy, and somebody needs to slap him. And I think, and I also feel like even Putin, okay, even Putin is like, shut up, bitch. And this is, guys, think about what is the figure of the demon, of the devil, even the tarot, is about lies, is about deceit, is about lying. You know what I mean? So So this is it. It's like listening to the devil is wasting your time. Okay, whether you believe in religion, I believe it. So tarot, whatever. He's just that. He's a liar. He's a you know this. You know what I mean? This is like listening to the devil. Oh, the devil said that. Who cares? Are you gonna believe the devil? Oh, the devil said. The devil is about deceit, is about trickery, is about lies, is about pushing the buttons, going on the lowest level. You know what I mean? It's like, do not listen. Do not listen. Do not repeat the words of the devil. I'm sorry. That's, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that, like I said, oh, he's a devil, he incarnate or whatever. What I'm saying, he personifies that archetype. Okay, that's who he is. Okay, so it's like if you listen to, oh, the devil said, oh my god, just substitute his name for the devil, and then you see, oh, the devil, like then you're like, oh, I'm such an idiot that I'm repeating what the devil is saying. Because guys, has Trump ever said anything legit? Has he ever meant what he said? No, he never has. So the point is like, forget about what he says. It's so, you know what I mean? That's what I think. I feel like, do not listen to what he has to say. It's like, it's a waste of time. It's like listening to to like the trickster. That's who he is, the figure of the trickster. He's a lot, so you cannot listen to what he says. And, even that the whole thing that, oh, all's well. No, it's like, obviously that's a lie. Even all is well, because that's what he was told to say before. He's like, but shut your mouth. I'm swear God, Saudi Arabia and Russia, they're all pissed at him, because he, with the whole, you know what I mean? Even if it feels like he made a mistake once. Yeah. So so this is it. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's that's what I think. Okay. Like, I don't know. So that's what I think. Okay, is like, this is I think the devil was more apt than the Roman emperor, because it was before the time when they had, you know what I mean, before, like, right. So that's what I think. Okay, so it's not at this point, it's not controversial to say this. It's a factual thing. It is the archetype of the devil, and when you repeat the lies and you believe, you like, and it's so interesting. It's so interesting because how the whole thing of the devil is like, he manipulates. The false prophet is another thing. It's like, oh, he's saying, let me see what he said. He said this. It's like, are you want to waste your time with a person who it's like believing the con artist. He's a con. It's like, forget about, guys. I was reading the other day, just yesterday, a couple of days before, rereading this article about the Deutsche Bank loans that he did, and you read the things that he did. He said this was before, like, the latest thing. I think it was in the 90s or something, or God knows, I don't remember when. So the Deutsche Bank loaned him money, and what it did, the bank sold bonds. So bonds are basically kind of like almost like stocks that you set. It's not stocks, but it's sort of like something. It's it's called a financial instrument based on a company. Like, you can issue a bond. So you'll get money in some time after, if it, anyway. So he had the people who sell these bonds, like, he promised them to take them to Mar-a-Lago. And then the heads of the bank were like, wait. So then they got really excited, like, oh yeah, they sold these bonds to, like, or whatever clients they could. They sold. So then after they sold, then the heads of the banks were like, hey, so they sold so many of your bonds. Aren't you gonna take them to Mar-a-Lago? He's like, wait, what? No, I never said that. He said to them after they had sold, no, you did, and they're expecting it. So then he kind of had to take them there, and then okay, so he promised after, because he will say anything to anybody at a moment that he needs something, and then he forgets. So not forgets, or pretends he didn't say something. So then what happened? He defaulted the loan, and the bonds went. So the clients of the bank had to pay for it. Whoever bought the bond is screwed. Okay, so this is who he is. He's always been like this. So, like, the fact that whatever he says, like, don't be that idiot that believes the con artist has ever said anything legit. Okay, so it's all about manipulation. And the gift of what is the gift for the con artist is understanding, saying what people want to hear. You're better, and we're all smarter than this. Okay, so I don't. This is why I'm saying Trump said this. Like, are you an idiot? Like, I'm not saying, like, you know what I mean. It's not like, the energy of the guy. You have enough examples of what he says. Repeat what he says at your own risk, because it's not relevant. Okay, what he says is not relevant. It's like, I think it's always wishful thinking. It's always about manipulating, fear, whatever. So anyway, guys, so that's it. you know So, okay. So what about, so what's going to happen next? Okay, so show me here on the one side of the screen here, what happens to Trump and then what happens to that conflict, this conflict. Yeah, the military takes over and the diplomatic corps, and then and I see, guys, somebody putting duct tape on Pompeo's mouth. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. So there's a duct tape on his mouth, on Pompeo's mouth. I think, like I said, there's a part of the government that is now taking, is going to take over because those people are not in charge. Okay. If we don't do this now, what the hell's going to happen next? The guy is on the mood. Okay. Oh, have a mood. Have a mood. So, and I just want to say here, Marianne saying, "Oh, Trump is nuts." I think when you say the word nuts, it diminishes the truth about what he is. He's a criminal. He's a sadistic sociopath. If you say nuts, it's like it could be anybody, it could be nuts. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a crazy person. Like, it minimizes the crimes. It minimizes the conscious. He does this consciously. His whole life, he cheated on people. His whole life, he stole from people. This is not nuts. It's a deliberate manipulation. This is why, I'm like, I spent hours talking about how to speak about it, but this is true. You give him too much credit if you say he's nuts. He's not nuts. He's deliberate. He's deliberate and manipulative. And that's why if you say, oh, he's just crazy, no, he's not crazy. He's done things to benefit himself. Because think about it, guys. Has he ever said something crazy that puts himself down? No, he doesn't. Everything is about his own benefit. He never says, if you were really crazy, there would be no rhyme or reason. Everything, you go back to him. Everything he does is because he got some money on the side. He got something out of it. He never says anything crazy that puts himself down. So anyway, so as I was saying, guys, so there was okay, so that's the question. Okay, that's my sense, is that this is expedites, this, I feel like my sense, guys, I know it sounds kind of vulgar to say this, but it's almost like we were constipated with the Trump poop, and now it's almost like, this whole event then brings in a, what is the thing you, what is it, there's a type of medication you take if you're constipated. I forgot, there's a name for it. So it was just so then people take this medication and then the poop goes out. Goes out faster, because really the guy is like constipated the world with his like the world is constipated with him, you know you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Metamucil. Yeah, it's but there's a name. What is it called? It's like laxative. That's right, laxative. It was like this event is a laxative that really that really pushes them down the drain, trying to you know because, and this is why I feel like everybody who's like out there supporting Trump is going to have to wash their hands, because how are you going to defend this thing? It comes to a point where it's totally indefensible. Okay. And guys, even he was, this is the amazing thing about Trump. He was so stupid. Was not even stupid. He's so self-absorbed. He doesn't think of the other. He screwed up the Kurds. Think about it. He's done everything to give everything away to Iran and all these people. And I was like, I want to attack them. They're bad people. They're bad people. They are. And it's like this primary thinking, this very unsophisticated way of seeing the world. Now we're paying the price. Okay. So what's next? And now just again, guys, what's next? Is Iran going to attack again more? Okay. Now the other question I didn't ask. Is the U.S. is Trump gonna do something to Iran, more something else? Are they gonna? I hope not. Oh, 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 leaving? Somebody leaving? Oh, interesting. Fine. They leaving? This is the exit sign over there. Don't worry about it. Take your time. No, not anymore. Just walk out, trash. Oh yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. I has to go. Has to go because he's done some shady things. Oh yeah. No. Imbalance. That's why he's imbalanced. Has to go. Trash to go. Just go. Just go. Just go. Oh, are you leaving now? Oh, interesting. Oh, find interesting. Oh, oh, interesting. Fine. Oh, who's a man? Who's a man? Who's a man? Who's a man here? Huh? So the loyalists bring news that comes out. So some, also shows that people that are connected to Trump are gonna talking informations. in front of America. Or it could also be our allies, okay? Our allies. Let's see here. What is this? Impeachment. Oh no. No. No, President. Oh, stay. Oh, stay. You do so much for us. Stay. Stay, President. Don't go. I'll miss you so much. I miss you. Such peaceful times with you. Such a wonderful world. Having you around, it's so great. No, it's great. No, no, no thoughts. Yeah, thinking of impeachment. Yeah, you're done, bitch. You're done. Oh my God. Yeah, it's contempt. Yeah, trash, trash. Oh, here, there he is. He's hoping. He's hoping it's gonna happen. No, look, the arrow goes the other way. Trash. It's too late now. Mhm. It's too. Oh, look, domestic enemy. Oh, with the foreign enemy. Oh yeah, he was there. He was like, oh, where do I go? Oh, it's gonna be okay. This is like the thing is, this is him like saying today, everything is fine. That's him today. Oh, everything is fine. But then the arrow, it means like he's looking back. He's out of it. Okay, his Alzheimer, whatever. So yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway. So yeah, so this is like, but you know what, God, this is the reality of like, and unfortunately, the whole situation with like Bush and like, it started. I was watching the documentary. Every day I say, please watch the documentary because it's amazing. There's some things I didn't know. The whole thing was Saddam, like how Bush's dad, like he was like, he could. The whole thing was supposed. I was like, it's shocking to think that the second Bush, he went after Saddam because Daddy didn't finish. So I go help Daddy. Think about how irresponsible it is to treat foreign policy like this. Unreal, unreal, unreal. So it's like this is wrong. Okay, so this is something has to happen. Okay, and I feel like what it is like if it's just like I believe, and this is again, maybe I'm Pollyanna about it, but I do think that there's going to be some sort of agreement, like the way that the U.S. and also part of it, some elements of it, like Netanyahu was crazy, okay, and it's like people have to be respected. They're demanding respect, and they're gonna get it because this was like too much, okay, trash, garbage, sick orange clown, okay, so anyway, guys, so what? Okay, should we go? Now I'm going to ask. Okay, so what's going to happen next? Okay, so what was it, Mary? I think it was Mary, and there's an eclipse. Was that right? Eclipse. So what's going to happen? What is the outcome of this eclipse? Eclipse. Oh, lunar eclipse in Cancer is on Friday, the 10th. The lunar eclipse in Cancer is on Friday, the 10th. Big changes can occur around the time. Big changes can occur around the time. What can we expect? What can we expect? Okay. Oh, sad something. Oh, money, huh? Oh, disappointed? Worried. Oh, oh. The White House, disappointment. Oh, we're disappointed about the White House? Why? So great. The White House is the best. The best White House in the world. Oh, baby in the house. He's screwing up the world. Time. Oh, interesting. White House baby has secret. Ooh, secret coming out about it, huh? Is it about money? Secret money about the baby. I hope. Can you imagine, guys? The money shit comes out. Oh, man. Oh, there's a man. Oh yeah, there's a man. Oh, how I love it, guys. Look at this card. This is a card of the mother hugging the children, right? Tenderness. And upside that is like this. We're like, no, we hate you, trash. Get the hell out of here. Oh, no, there's ding dong. We have letter. Yeah, we have letter. There's a letter delivery. Yeah, we have it. Letter for him. We have letter. Oh, yeah. I love, look, foreign. Oh, yeah. Foreign secret. Oh, thought about it. I'm like very excited about it. Oh my God, I love it. Soon, this guard is me. This is us looking. Oh, it's coming because you see the woman is she's looking out. She's looking out from the high up place. Oh, I see it. I see it coming. So yeah, soon, soon it's coming. Soon. Oh, loyalty. Yeah. Oh, with the kids, huh? Oh yeah. It's very exciting, guys. Actually, Eclipse sounds very exciting. It really does. It really sounds very good. Oh, sounds very good. Wow, very good. Okay, okay, Mary, this is like I've already said. Why are you wasting your time worrying about instead of spending your energy worrying about what Trump will try to do? Just think of the things you want to happen. Occupy your mental energy with everything coming out, everything like think about how much energy you spent. Oh, I wonder what he's gonna do. You know what he is gonna do? He's gonna poop. That's all he does. His life is pooping through his mouth. That's what he's gonna do. That's all he does. Like don't spend your energy and your time thinking about what he's going to do. Just project the energy of the things you want to see. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And also like imagine like when everything comes out and he's out, you know what I mean? Like are you literally putting excrement in your mouth? Like I'm sorry, it was just kind of gross. But really, like you know what I mean? Like don't spend your time worried. Like I'm worried about him. Oh, the what you worry about? He's a pig. Like it's always the same. You know what I mean? Like, oh, don't think about it. Just think about that. The stuff is gonna come out, and then This is gonna come to an end. This nightmare, but it's gonna come to an end when you stop thinking about him. It starts with us. It starts with us. Think of the soldiers coming back to their families. Think of all the good things. But if you do not think about it. Do not think about it like, oh, he's alone. So that's it. It shows that in other words, what is the thing about the eclipse? It shows that this stuff is gonna come out. You know. No, no. This is no. This is not true. No. Okay, no. This is I don't know what conspiracy theories. Like I said before, Sherry, have you watched the documentary? Have you watched the? Please watch. This is what I think. Conspiracy theories are easier to understand. Okay, than facts. This guy does not have anything to do with Trump at all. Okay, just seriously watch the documentary. You will understand. Like this is like just picking up whatever comes to the sky. This is not worth your time. Like don't do it. You know what I mean? Just figure out the history. Go back to history and facts. And this is why. Okay, this is very easy to make a conspiracy theory out of it, but listen to the documentary and understand the history of Iran. Iran had a revolution to remove a U.S. influence. There's no way in hell the guy would even get 5 inches, like 5 miles away from Trump. Trump is the epitome of everything that the Iranian revolution is against. There's no way this guy had anything. I swear he had nothing to do with Trump. Trump is everything that he's not about. Okay. This is not Iran Contra. Okay. This is not at all. So like I said, please do the research. Okay. And find out that Iran is not Saudi Arabia. It's not the same. Okay. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is why I'm going to talk about Sherry's comment here that the general was doing business with Trump for years. No, he was not. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, does Trump have a hotel in Iran? No, he does not. So you know what I mean. So this is the thing. Okay, so anyway, so that's the story. Okay, that's the story. Like I said, this is at the moment. This is like this is why, guys, look for documentaries, look for factual information. Because that's what explains it. Then you understand it's a complicated situation. Easy solutions, easy stories, 1, 2, 3 stories is not how it is. Okay. So anyway, so this is what going back here to the story of the eclipse stuff. The financial information is going to come out. Okay. And that's it. And things are going to fall, precipitate his departure, and everyone connected to him. It's impossible, okay, to not happen. is very good. The documentary explains it because it's so complicated, guys. It's very complicated. This issue, the whole thing with Middle East, sometimes for us, it's so hard to understand because it's so foreign in every sense of the word. But it makes you understand the motivations, and you have to understand the motivations of people in order to get it. Why everything has happening this way. Okay, so anyway, guys, so I know it's like a very sad thing because of, we'll have to wait and see what was happening in with the military. But my sense, the bottom line, the ending here is that no, I don't think there's going to be more, like too much more action. I think Iran's going to get a UN resolution about this. I think we're leaving Iraq. Trump is going down as a result, and soon with the eclipse is going to come the revelations of Trump's finances. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go, okay? And I'll see you later, alligators. Alligators. Okay, I think I still, I had planned to come tomorrow. I'm probably gonna come tomorrow because this is gonna be busy, this thing. Even if it's shorter tomorrow, I still, we'll leave it on for tomorrow as well. Okay? Okay, so stay calm. Stay calm. Go watch documentary. Watch documentary. Please watch documentary. Watch documentary. Watch documentary. Watch documentary. Okay? So okay. So all right, guys. So have a good night, okay? Love you. Okay. Thanks for being here. Okay. All right. Good night. Okay. Bye.